When people are in love, especially during the honeymoon phase, in the beginning, in the infatuation phase, we love to make something that would be regular or arbitrary and make it so much more than it is. An example is this is our song. This is our our show. This is the show we like to watch. This is our show. Ours. We're putting our stamp on it. Our first date, we went to this movie. That's our movie. So we like to romanticize very trivial things when it comes to sharing them with someone we love. There's nothing wrong with that. But today, we're going to talk about the potential creepy reality of giving your partner a nickname. And no, I'm not talking about I don't know, like baby, babe, uh, I don't know, sweetie. I guess that's kind of weird. It's kind of like, I don't know, something you'd say to a child. Oh, sweetie. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another one besides baby or babe. Because even hun, that's kind of weird, ain't it? It's also kind of paternal. Something you would say to your child or to like your little niece or nephew or something like that. But either way, I guess leaving out baby or babe, leaving out anything that is commonly used. So we could step outside of my little bubble of existence because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that babe and baby are the only common nicknames that people give their significant other. But in this one, in this one instance in particular, I want to ignore that. Ignore all of the different common ones that are just kind of almost like a rite of passage. Like I feel like hun, like I was talking shit about hun, but hun at a certain time, I feel like those are things that you would hear. Like, all right, hun. You know what I'm saying? It's just not in our time. Like right now, it's kind of like, ooh, it's kind of old timey. Um, but I want to talk about the nicknames that we give our partners that are unique to them or unique to us in that instance, unique to that relationship. Kind of like how we say this is our show, our movie, our song, our thing that we like to make fun of, our little inside joke, our we like to claim all of these things. So what happens when you claim kind of like a nickname? And I know another word to say a nickname that you would give to your partner, ironically, is a pet name. That's a weird word. And words are just words, right? I'm not one of those people like, ooh, words, they hurt. They hurt. We should change what hurts. No, I mean, I feel like we should just change what hurts us, you know? Like, we let what bothers us bother us. I'm not saying that there isn't objective evil out in the world that is done on innocent people. On honestly, even if it wasn't an innocent, quote unquote, what is innocent, right? Aren't all of us sinners, is what they say. But even if it was done on somebody else that was evil, there is evil that is done on other people. And who are we to judge on it? It's only true evil if it's done on an innocent person. We like to root for the Dexter. He's a serial killer, but he only kills the bad people. And that's just somebody that actually really enjoys the show Dexter. And honestly, I did kind of root for him until that fucking ending. Fucking ending. Poor Harrison. Um. So I know there's true evil out there, but words. If you're getting offended by words, you could be offended by, I don't know, maybe the person behind those words. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to get under my skin. You're trying to hurt me right now. I can choose whether or not I'm hurt by the actual words, but I could still not like the fact that you intended this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because they don't say something to you that offends you, you could just shrug it off. They still had the intention to. So that's kind of like a whole nother, you know what I mean? That's why there's so much nuance in that. It's not black and white. It's super in the gray area. But for the most part, I am a believer that words are not something that should be. But a pet name, I'm not offended. I'm not offended. I'm curious. Like, who thought of that? Who thought of a pet name? And let's be real. This was probably a time where, you know what I'm saying? Remember, women didn't always get to vote. That's fucking crazy. You don't get to vote, you woman. And I'm not sitting here on like some, I don't know, woke feminist thing either. It's just like, we have been weird at a lot of different points of time in history. And I'm guessing because the further you kind of go back, the kind of weirder it gets. And weird is just like not normal, like to us, right? Like, what is weird? To them, that was normal. It was probably about those times, I'm guessing, that pet name decided to come around. And I'm fascinated. So I want to look it up. Because pet name. Where did the term pet name come from? The phrase pet name likely originates from the word pet, which has a few potential origins. One possibility is that it's a diminutive of the French word petite, meaning small, suggesting a beloved person or thing is viewed as cherished and little. Another possible is that it's related to the word P8, I don't know, P-E-A-T, which could refer to a person who is pampered or spoiled, according to the post on Quora, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then it starts talking about actually naming pets and stuff like that's a whole, it goes on different types of tangents around pet names. Okay. See, maybe I'm being ignorant. Maybe this stupid motherfucking American. Yeehaw, them fucking Americans, man, with the guns. Doesn't mean pet. You guys just try to shorten our word. Petite. And it's like, I don't know if you've ever watched that show, The Boys, which I highly suggested. That motherfucking shit go off, man. That shit, whew. That shit's crazy. That's probably one of the best shows that I've seen in a minute. Like, okay, let me not start talking about The Boys, because shit. But there was a French guy named Frenchie. And he would call the main character, well, one of the main characters, Huey, would call him Petit Huey or Petit Huey, in like a little French accent. I can't do French that well. Sorry. Fucking Americans. But he would call that. So it was like, I get it, like small Huey. Because, he was like the young guy, the young boy that, like new guy to the team. Wet behind the ears type shit. But it still gives me weird vibes. And I'm still gonna go on a whole, it's not like the foundation of what I'm saying is based on the fact that we use the word pet names. I just thought it was ironically, coincidentally, whatever word you want to use, fucking weird. It was fucking weird. Pet names? Pet names? I don't know, man. I got this weird thing about how people like to treat other people like property. And it's so crazy because it'll be the same people that be like, bruh, they enslaved us. They had us as slaves. Our ancestors were slaves. They treated us like property. Fucking horrific. You're damn right they did. But the hypocrisy when you find somebody that still talks like that, but then treats their partner like property. It's a different way, right? You don't have them out in the field, right? It's property, nonetheless. Control, nonetheless, right? I don't know. It's not intentional. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. You tell me. But damn, is it hypocritical? Because two different stories. One is super extreme. The other one could still become very extreme depending on how, far that person takes it. But it's still kind of from the same camp. We're still talking about somebody that wants to control somebody else for their own means, for their own benefit. And whether that is the benefit of actually, oh, now I have X amount of people out here doing all of this work on my farm and actually like exploiting physical labor from these people or selling them and like, I don't know, treating people as if it's a fucking house that you're flipping or some shit like that, buying it for a certain amount and selling it for more. That's one way to go about it. Another way to control is monitoring everything that your partner does, everything that they may want to do, arguing if they want to go out with anybody else, making sure that there is nobody else, right? I always I always thought about this, and I don't know, I used to think I was weird, and I am weird, man, because it's not just this. I think about a whole bunch of different shit where I be in my head, again, and then it's like you just label it like social anxiety. I just got anxiety about this. I just be overthinking about this shit, right? It's like, okay, no, maybe it's because you have a little sister. You had a little sister growing up, just 4 years younger than you. It's like, and it was like a nightmare to think about anything like that happening to her, a situation like that happening to her under my nose. Shit, had to be big bro, right? Had to make sure that shit would never happen. And thank God, while we were growing up, that shit never did happen, as far as I'm aware. But I think it was more because she grew up with a good head on her shoulders to not let that happen to her. I don't know. Who knows? Either way, sometimes I think about the fact something as, I'm not saying insignificant, but not unique. A lot of people have sisters, or young men growing up and have sisters. A lot of people will have daughters or shit like that, because you know what I mean. Now having a daughter, my daughter made me feel like that times like the big bro. Fuck big bro. I mean, love my little sister to death, and that's not. You only understand once you have a kid and had a boy first. But that feeling of you don't want nothing to happen to him. So I don't want to go too far on that tangent because then again, overthinking, right? My whole point was I always was very aware of this, aware of what I didn't want to come across as, be portrayed as, or actually do to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it. In fact, I guess it got so instilled in me that like my body actually craves the opposite, if you know what I'm saying. Like that, like you going the quickest way to turn me off is make me feel like you don't want to be here. You feel me? Or you don't, or you feel like you're being smothered or being controlled in some type of way. And I'm gonna bring this back to the fucking creepy reality of what nicknames of your partner actually mean. Maybe, potentially, I don't know, cause I'd be guilty. I'd be fucking guilty because I've done it. If it is true, I'd be guilty. And even though I'm not able to actually put like prove that I know myself enough to be like, okay, for me at least, for my objective reality, it's proof enough to know that you don't have to be a fucking scumbag to do this shit. You don't have to be some fucking piece of shit to do this. And who are you to believe, right? Maybe I'm a piece of shit, right? Maybe. That's what's so fucking sad. Like, we have to keep our guards up now. We have to make sure that we have our bullshit radar polished, ready to see all of the fucking shit that people like to throw at us. But again, for my objective reality, I can at least use the fact that I've used the whole nickname thing. And again, I'm not talking about the common ones. I'm talking about when you give somebody a nickname, a pet name. Ugh. Fuck. Shut. It's proof to me, at least. So it isn't one of those, again, black and white. This is the reality. Anybody that does this, you are a hidden psychopath or some shit like that. At least fucking shit. I hope not. Maybe it is like some Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And I don't even fucking know. I'm gonna snap any motherfucking minute. Control. Is it a control thing? When I say weird pet names, nicknames, I think I want to use pet names in this instance because hopefully it gives you that same cringe feeling that it gives me. You gave your partner a pet name. My pet. You feel that shit? Ooh, come on, man. Gross. Fucking gross, man. Because it's even weird when, like when, have you ever met somebody that has a pet and then they gave them like a human name? Like fucking Bob or some shit. I don't know. Bob is, I guess that's kind of like a weird human name. So that's a bad objective or a bad example. Let me think of one. Peter. Peter. Could you imagine a motherfucking dog or a cat named Peter? An iguana comes up and it's like, oh, hey, that's Hannah. Fuck Hannah. You know what I mean? Dog named Peter. You mean Rex? Spot. I don't know. Like our dog's name is Rocco. If I met a human named Rocco, I'd be like, what the fuck? Rocco? And honestly, if your name is Rocco, please put it down in the comments. My name is Rocco, and you can go fuck yourself. Because it's nice to meet you, man. That's what's up. Fucking Rocco? But a dog name, cool. Pet name. Baby isn't enough. Babe. Your ex called you baby. That nigga called you babe. I ain't that nigga. Right? Is that what it is? Ooh. Ooh. And this feels weird. I'm not trying to call myself out because, again, I'm guilty of this. I've done it multiple times. That's what made me think about this shit. And then this is like overthinking. Is it? Is it? And now it's like I have all these different frames of reference. Like, damn. My little sister, she's a grown ass woman now. Got to see her grow the fuck up. I remember doing her hair before school and shit to help out my pops. I remember her being like she couldn't even do her own hair. My ass over here trying to do plaits and shit. My daughter feel like she was just born. She is 5 years old now. She finna go to kindergarten. About to go to school out in the world. Fuck. I have to think that might be what plays a part. Does it matter why I think about these things? I guess not. I guess not. But I do think it plays a factor. I think it is a good thing. Maybe it's because I'm a fucking Libra. Just gotta always balance shit out. See what it is. Oh, maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. But I'm starting to think that when you give somebody a unique nickname, there is some sort of creepy cringe underlying control thing. I don't know. Maybe it's ego. Maybe it is control. Maybe it could be a combination of a whole bunch of different things. Like most things, it's probably on a spectrum. It's never just black and white, which is why, honestly, sometimes things are just hard to define. Things are hard to explain completely because you can see it in different ways. Everybody has their own perception. I remember the first time that I can remember doing this, actually, because maybe it went back further. Memories are tricky. The first time I can remember doing this was when I was in high school. It's like my first serious girlfriend. And what does that mean in high school, right? But somebody that I took pretty seriously at the time, you know. And the name itself doesn't matter actually, um, but it was a play on their name. You know what I mean? It was nothing. It was nothing weird. Because I do have some examples from shows that come to mind. Uh, like Harley Quinn, when her and Poison Ivy finally get together. Poison Ivy calls Harley Quinn Peanut. Me and my girl was watching that shit. She was like, Peanut? 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 Now you know goddamn well, and I know it's just a show, but you know goddamn well, the Joker or anybody else that was in Harley Quinn's life before Poison Ivy didn't call her no goddamn Peanut. That's a cartoon though. That's a cartoon. Maybe it's not good enough. What about the White Lotus? And not the new season, which is really good. But season one, that rich dude that um ended up going there with his fiance or his new wife or whatever. He called her Bubba. He called her Bubba. Bubba. I've definitely called my dog that before. And not even like as his name. Like, hey, come on, Bubba, let's go out. You know what I mean? Like a quick little. I think I've even done it to my son. Like, hey, Bub. Like, I don't know. It's probably like Bub more. I don't know. Just gonna just be throwing fucking noises out there sometimes. But it's always been a nigga thing. Like I wouldn't. You know what I mean? My mom has a female dog. I never call her Bubba. She's baby. I don't know. Come on, baby. Let's go outside. It's these little things. You don't even like think about the turns and phrases that you use when it comes to even like different genders. So for me, maybe you know what I'm saying. Maybe this is like come on, EXO, you are not very progressive right now. It's not very liberal thinking of you. Not very fucking inclusive, nigga. You don't know. Maybe she identifies as Bubba. That's how she identifies. So he calls her that shit. But let's be real. Nobody in that girl's life, and I know, again, it's just a show, ever called her Bubba before him. I would bet money on that. I bet my left fucking ball on that shit. Like, wait, Bubba? Ain't no way I'm gonna be fucking a girl calling her Bubba. Married to a woman calling her Bubba. That's your wife, sir. Not Bubba. Bubba is the fucking old uncle that you have that's just passing out at Thanksgiving. What the fuck? Bubba? Nigga. It's weird. It's weird. Those come to mind because those are actually weird nicknames. So what if it's like you use some weird like peanut or bubba or something where it's like, you know, nobody else has used that shit. That's very unique. That's yours. This is our thing. You know. She just likes to call me peanut. He just likes to call me bubba. That's just our thing. Nobody else can say they've shared this thing. Last nigga fucking calling you baby. I'm calling you Bubba. Bet he didn't call you that shit. Mm-hmm. Weird, man. Is it just me? Is it just me? I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this, right? Maybe I am. But when I did it, when I was in high school with that girl, it was like a play off of her name. And it was even like where like I switched like the letter at the end. So instead of uh you know what I mean? Like instead of a, a E, it was instead of a I, it was a type shit. And yeah, it's not weird. Like I'm not calling you fucking peanut, but it's unique. And I know that I wasn't sitting here thinking like, how can I be creepy? I'm gonna give you a nickname that nobody else has given you. Not your people, not your friends, not your exes, nobody. So when you hear that, you're gonna think of me. And I didn't even think about it that deep. Like I don't know. Was I? To be honest, I don't think I was even cognizant of the why behind the what I was doing. I just did it. And then the my lady that I'm with right now, I did it to her. And it was another one of those where I did a play off of her name. She wasn't fucking. It's not Peanut, you know. Her middle name is Eve. So I was like, there you go. I said something like, her first name was too long because of the amount of times I would say it. And I remember saying this, something like this. Said her first name was too long, and then her middle name was Eve. But then that's like one syllable. It's like, I don't know. Just felt odd saying a one syllable name. So then I said it like Evie. So I'm gonna just call you Evie. I don't know exactly how it came across, you know what I'm saying? Like I literally I can't remember the first time I said it to her. I just remember that was a basic summary of the why with her. Um, and yeah, again, I wasn't thinking of it in any deeper way than that. I don't think. This was like I honestly it wasn't until I would say it's probably about 2 years ago now that I started thinking about that shit. I don't even know what made me just like think about it. Like, oh, holy shit. Maybe it was 2 years ago after the Bubba thing with fucking White Lotus. I think I just had a rev of fucking lation, nigga, about wow, wow, man. Congrats to me. Like fucking round of a fucking applause. Hands together, man. Goddamn. Wow. Light bulb moment, man. Yeah. That had to be what it was. I don't know. Whatever acorn fell on my head that made me finally be like, wait a minute. It's kind of weird. And I brought it up to my lady and I told her basically the gist of like, isn't that kind of weird? It's kind of like controlling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is my name that I'm giving to you. Like, I don't even remember exactly how I explained it to her in its like rawest form because it was like shortly after I thought about it. Like the next day I brought it up to her. Just like, think about it. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't even call you your name. It was like, what, after a couple months of us being together or talking together? I don't even think we were together. No, just knowing each other. After a couple months, everybody calls you your first name. That's too many syllables, I said. What's your middle name? Oh, he's getting to know me. Oh, Eve. That's your middle name. Oh, it's too short. Oh, it's not good enough. Not only that's like I'm taking your name, saying what's one of your other ones? Okay, switch that out. That's what I'm gonna call you. How do you say it? Not anymore. EV, like the fucking Pokemon. What'd you think? I just took your name, switched it with your middle one, added an extra syllable to it. So not only did I give you a name that was unique only to me and you, like this was only an us thing. I know for a fact nobody else has ever called her that before me. So there's that. But then there's like this underlying thing where it's like, in a way, two times. It's kind of like a fuck you to your name. And which is like, okay, I didn't name myself. It's a fuck you to my mom and my dad. All right, either way, it's kind of like, it's a weird thing to kind of do. And maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe it's like, nigga, shut up. You was just, you was just young and in love. Shut up. And while I will grant you that I didn't have any sort of like nefarious agenda behind it, you can't help but question yourself sometimes. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you get the opportunity to question yourself. I don't know. It's like what you have isn't good enough. How you the how you like think about your name is like your identity. Like who are you? Oh, what's your name? Who are you? This is the same thing. If the first time someone comes up and they're like, "Oh, who are you?" Oh, and you say your name. It's like you I kind of just took that identity, so to speak, and said, "No, it doesn't matter." Again, not to tie it back to fucking slavery. Sorry, it's so dark. My bad. Fucking history. But they did the same thing. What name? You feel me? Like that's the whole thing with Roots. Like a famous ass scene in Roots. Like the nigga was not saying like my name is Kunta Kinte, man. Like you ain't. I'm not changing it. What you mean? What's my name? That's who I am. So it's the same. Again, I get it. That's really extreme, man. How are you gonna compare these two things? Like, it's not even the same shit. I get it. Yes, I get it. But it is at the same time. It's just a lesser version of it, in a way, right? You gotta question yourself. Because then the second name you gave me, okay, that doesn't work. Sorry. The second name you gave me, what's your middle name? One syllable. That doesn't work either. I'm going to change it a little bit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how Christopher Columbus came over here and started calling all the Native Americans Indians. And to this day, people call them Indians. I don't, okay. Like, I guess you get to say whatever. Right? Just gonna go up to a whole bunch of people in fucking New York and be like, you guys are all fucking Turkish. I don't care. I think this is Turkey. You're in New York. Nope. I think this is motherfucking Turkey. These are the Turkish. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird. Again, how creepy can it be if you don't have that? It's all about intention, right? Kind of. Kind of. I mean, you can accidentally run somebody over with your car and kill them, and it's not like, oh, my intention. It's like, nigga, you're going to jail. You're going to fucking jail. That's vehicular manslaughter. And you're going to jail. I don't care about your intentions, sir. I don't care if you haven't been drinking tonight and completely sober. It's not even what it is. No, I don't care. Accidents do matter. Intention is cute. It's nice to know. Okay. But these are still the facts of, reality. This is still what happened. But when I brought it up to my girl, she was like, "What? I don't think that at all." She's like, I like it. I like that you call me that." She's like, "Okay." And we have like a whole bunch of inside jokes that have happened from shows or just life in general, like on some couple shit. Oh, so cute. Yeah, it is. God damn it. So we have inside jokes. That's not what I'm talking about. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it isn't that deep. But something tells me there's like something deeper in there. And I say control, but what if it's like an ego thing? Or not even ego, actually. It's more of an insecurity thing. So insecure. Was I and am I? Since, you know what I mean? Like, this has happened fairly recent. Am I just insecure and this is how I project it? And all of the cringe ways that I've always avoided would never want to, would never want to act like this or do this to my girl. That would be controlling. That would be fucking gross, man. Anything where it's like, if that was my sister or my daughter dating somebody that did those same actions objectively, what would you tell them? Would you be like, bitch, run? That nigga's weird. Because the thing that's scary about controlling people is usually when you are dealing with like domestic violence, for example, there's usually like a controlling aspect behind there, you know? And I get it. There's a mile between, bro, you gave her a fucking nickname and actually assaulting your partner. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's a mile between that, but to say that that might be controlling, just the nickname on its own, a little controlling. If we say that, and then we also look at statistics, obviously, I don't have numbers to pull out. Like from my calculations, from all of the studies that we've done, I don't know, but I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. And yes, it's in shows and movies, but like you even get little glimpses of it when you like see a couple in public. Sometimes it's like there's control behind it. You know what I mean? Like there's like usually a little veil, but behind there is like control. And it might be something small like grabbing their arm. And let's be real, it usually is the men controlling the women. But actually, that's only, I think, when it's physical. Because saying that there's a mile between giving your partner a nickname and actually abusing them, okay, that's physical abuse. That's not the only type of domestic violence. And it's one of those, okay, what did I say earlier? It's words, you know what I mean? But damn, it's more than just words sometimes when it's your partner. And a lot of people, most people, honestly, have probably learned the hard way that the people closest to you end up getting the most ammunition to hurt you. You know, Judas didn't betray Jesus as being some random stranger. They were friends. And I don't know the exact fucking story, like all the details. So maybe I shouldn't use that as an example. Um, but you know what I'm saying? They rock with each other. He fuck with him. He's one of his disciples or some shit. I don't know. But it's pretty common knowledge that that was a betrayal. That's what a betrayal is. You know, if it's from anything from a stranger, whether that is physical violence or some sort of like, I don't know, hate speech or emotional abuse, whatever the fuck you want to use to describe it from a stranger, that's just kind of like what it is. Like, oh, like that's like that was an assault. It's not the domestic part is really I guess the part that you should pay more attention to, and the reason why it is kind of scarier, you know. If somebody just gets assaulted randomly in the street, they usually have no problem saying, yeah, this motherfucker came out of nowhere, took my wallet, you know, beat me down with a fucking, I don't know, crowbar or some shit. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? You give you a little description of the person, and you would probably cooperate in all ways. But you have so many people in a domestic abuse situation where they wouldn't say shit. They would just keep their mouth closed. And then again, I know I refer to a lot of TVs and shows, but it's just like music, it's art, period. Like it's the human experience and us dictating it in different ways on different through different mediums. And one of my favorite is definitely shows and movies. It's sad to watch. It is. It's sad to watch. Um, and I get it's like acting or whatever, but that's the real shit that does happen. And then when you hear about it, obviously I'm not some fly on the wall that gets to do it in people's real situations. Honestly, isn't one of those things that you should just be chewing on popcorn watching for your entertainment anyways. It's just the fact that knowing that real shit like that is out there. If it was a stranger that attacked you, you would give a description, no problem. But when it's your spouse, so many people are put in the position where they wouldn't say anything. I tripped, I fell. It was just an accident. I don't know what happened. What, you know, making all these fucking excuses. That's the domestic part on it. Domesticate, pet names. Come on, man. I don't know, man. It's just, it's weird. It's weird. People aren't property. It's like, my girl said that I was tripping when I told her. Said she liked it. And though I love her dearly, just kind of being devil's advocate. Just kind of if I were to mention something in that moment, no shade. Anytime, like an example, for Mother's Day at her job, she got like a flower apparently for Mother's Day. No, who's giving you flowers? Where'd you get this flower from? Type of shit. Where I saw it like the next day, and she found that like amusing, like oh, getting jealous, and a lot of people are like, yeah, so that's normal. I know, I know that's normal. That's typically not. I never respond like that, so maybe I shouldn't say typically for all men, because it's not like I speak on behalf of all men, of course. But I, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that's more like a female thing, right? Because I've never responded like that. In fact, it's just like, what? Then don't be questioning my loyalty and shit. Like, what you talking about? And not even obviously like it's not 0 to 100. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. Like, what? Yeah, it's this. What you talking about? So it's not necessarily a negative response, but it's kind of like, the fuck you talking about? I'm like, yes, it's this. Like, it'll roll your eyes. But for her, it was more like, no, no, it's this. You know, oh, I'm getting a little jealous. She even said something like, oh, you getting a little jealous. You know, oh, shut up. You feel me? And it's like, oh, how does this relate? My point of saying that is just because my girl said, that's not weird. Like, I like that. Yeah, but you also, like, when I show, I don't know, is that jealousy? Whatever that is. Because honestly, those are things that is, you know, I said Mother's Day. This is Mother's Day of this year. And so this is not like one of those, oh, like I've grown past this. This is recent. But I'll think about those other things. Like, what made you say that? It's one of those other things, like where you don't necessarily question what you're doing while you're doing it. It's not until later. And I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to like, I'm just gonna think of what you say before you say it. I'm gonna think of what you do before you do it. You know. So I'm trying to get better at thinking through shit like that. But it's hard when it is in the moment. Like, I don't know, just I saw a fucking flower. It wasn't even the same day. It's not like I'm sitting here, you know what I'm saying, like the fucking like Nancy Drew or some shit, Scooby Doo trying to bust down some like figure some shit out. No, I just happened to saw it. I know what our house looks like, and it's like, fuck, where'd you get this flower from? Mother's Day. Oh, who gave you a flower? Oh, they gave them out to everybody. Oh, okay. Mm. But for me, I think back on those, and it's like, what made you say that? Like, are you being insecure? Like, no, I mean, trust her. Whatever happens, happens. I've always been like that type of belief. Like, even if I was feeling insecure, it's like it takes a lot for me to want to openly be like, oh, what's this? But is that just like your shadow self just peeking through? Like, deep down, you are still insecure. Deep down, you're just thinking like everything could crumble at any moment. And it's not in one of those like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? It's kind of just like, hey, bro, when the world ends, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? That shit can happen. Not to equate again an ending of a relationship at all with the ending of a world, but you know what I mean. It's the same. It's the same kind of concept. Uh, what do they say? Doomsday preppers. And it's not even so much of a prep because the preppers they for doomsday preppers they got the bunker. They got the fucking all the fucking I don't know beans and what doesn't spoil? Fucking Twinkies. I don't know. Whatever that they stock up on, you feel me? Those are the doomsday preppers. But what about the people that's like, hey man, a fucking nuclear bomb could go off at any fucking moment. And all of this could mean nothing at all. Just because some people got upset. I'm just saying. Just know it can happen. So, if you see something in the sky that kind of looks like, hey, what's that? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Just asking. Is it that? Mm, right. You know what I'm saying? It's like things like that. It is kind of weird. It is kind of like, it's like nobody else can give you a flower. So it's like, what if somebody was shooting their shot? She got a flower from somebody shooting a shot. Damn, nigga. You okay? But that's me. I'm weird. I think it's, and this is another example of this where I voice this out, and my lady would be like, "What? You wouldn't?" Let me give some context. In a show or a movie, I fucking hate this shit. when it'll be something that's happening where like a girl's getting some sort of attention from a nigga, and then her nigga sees, and he just sees that shit, and he like cuts in or some shit like that. But like, oh hey, yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, it's fucking cringy. And I cringe every single time I see some shit like that. She's like, what? She's like, I don't know. Let him shoot a shot. I'm not a motherfucking knight. Goddamn. I ain't no fucking knight sitting here trying to protect the honor. How dare you? It's just, oh. And I could just tell. It would have been one of those things where it's just like, oh, he's jealous. Because now that proves my meaning to him. Like, if he's jealous, that means he doesn't want somebody else to have me or entertain me and then have. See, well, now we're talking about these words again. Have. It's very close to own. I don't know. Mine? You're mine. Ooh. Mine. My precious. I don't know, man. Again, maybe I'm just weird. But I could tell in that moment that was one of those things that, like, she probably would have liked that. She would have been flattered by it. It's like, Cause if you did that to me, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? You tripping? Like, well, ain't nobody got to be mean. I was gonna politely, you know what I mean, shoot her down or like be like, and like, you know what I mean, walk away. You know what I'm something where it's like I wasn't gonna be no fucking dick face to her. Like, you know what I mean? I don't got no fucking ring on my finger. How is she supposed to know? Is how I would feel, and I would be again pretty hypocritical. It was like, how is he supposed to know? And even if he did, honestly, let's be real. Boyfriends and girlfriends don't really matter too much. So many people are just like, wow, you're better. And they go off and do that. And they continuously look for something that's better. Continuously want to upgrade, and they treat people like that. Okay, if that's supposed to happen again, I'm not getting a whole bunch of motherfucking bunkers and getting ready. I'm not prepping for doomsday like that. Sometimes you just gotta live, and if the nukes come, the nukes come. You hope they don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you hope everything goes normal. As long as everything's good, you hope it continues to be how it is, or at least, you know what I'm saying? But you can't just stop that shit. You can't be the knight. Why do you want to be the knight? Aren't you supposed to be the king or the queen? You feel me? So that is cringy to me. That is kind of controlling. Nobody can talk to you. Nobody can come and flirt with you. Honestly, bro, if somebody wants to flirt with my girl, I would hope that she wouldn't, you know what I mean, indulge and flirt back and shit like that. But damn, you feel me? Like, you could still take the compliment. Maybe that'll still help her fucking have a better day. I don't know. Sometimes people, we get weird. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like you hear like the phrase, I still got it type of thing. It's like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to keep her from that experience of knowing that she still got it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want her to only get that sort of satisfaction or that sort of feeling from me. And that doesn't mean that, and when you stop giving your partner that sort of attention, like, oh, wow, you look good, you know what I mean? I mean genuine, not like, okay, let me check off all the different things. But like, you know what I'm saying? When the sun hits, her eyes like do this special little color thing. You know what I'm saying? These little things that you start to like, damn, man, you look good today. You feel me? You start having those. When you don't do that, that's when somebody else is going around. Oh, hey, here's my little Like, here's me shooting my shot. Here's me giving you my compliments or whatever. That's when it's like, damn, maybe that could be better. I want to feel like that more often. But then it's like, bro, who you gonna blame? Or girl, who you gonna blame? You gotta think about your home life, how you treating them, how you're already doing shit. And yeah, I don't know. I think that will always be cringy to me because it's only gotten more so. I've always felt that way. I never wanted to be. I never have been that fucking. The only time I've ever stepped to any nigga about any female was back in high school, and it's because he came up and literally while they was in class came up behind her and like groped her fucking pussy, man. Like that's I don't know. That's fucking wild. Not only you gonna feel her ass, you gonna feel all of the fuck. Niggas like that are weird, man. Confronted him, he started fucking. It doesn't matter. That's high school shit. Niggas like that aren't the same as just a regular dude pushing up on a girl, or a regular girl pushing up on a dude, whatever. You know, it's not the same. Even if you know that that person is with somebody else, you verbally shooting your shot. Isn't it on them not to entertain it? I don't know. So yeah, I think I will continue to get more and more. Cause then before, it's like that shit would irritate me. Like it would. Like deep down, you know what I mean? It's like you like it, but you don't like it. Like thanks. Like I know my girl is fucking fine, but goddamn, I don't want to deal with that. It's like one of those like where you do kind of feel threatened, I guess, in a way. It's like so I wouldn't like it by no means. Am I sitting here saying like, oh, but no matter how much I dislike the thought of that at the time, I disliked being the type of person that would come up and be like, What? Huh? What's going on? Huh? Shit, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. At the end of the day, too much self-respect, too much pride, I guess, and that could be a bad thing at times. Gotta find that fucking balance, man. But yeah, I'm noticing now, like it doesn't, that doesn't bother me. Like that doesn't. The only thing that would bother me, I guess, at this point is like to find out, like, okay, you're trying to entertain it back. So there's though that obviously is going to always bother me, but I don't care who you are. It's never gonna be enough to be like, huh? What's going on? Huh? It's good. Shit, just be straight up. Just be real about it. It's cool. Just be grown about it. Type shit. Mm, maybe it's to my own detriment. Maybe that's that is what's in the movies. Just go, just let me go, and they walk away, and you're supposed to chase after her. Benny, you gotta chase after her, son. A love like that's once in a lifetime. This ain't a motherfucking lifetime movie. And I ain't gonna sit here and chase you like that. But here's the deal. I don't want you to ever feel like you have to chase me. I'll never try to control you. Just don't ever try to control me. So of course it kinda much to my dismay, as I started thinking about nicknames, pet names. Fuck, man. Was I being controlling that whole time? Was I being insecure that whole time? Because that's all those are the things that make me cringe. That's all that is. Honestly, even taking it to the very, very extreme, where I don't know. Actually, I was about to say where there's like domestic violence, like physical abuse. That's probably like somewhere deep down it's about insecurity and control. I don't know. That's probably varies case by case. Some insecurity, but I think for that one it's mostly control. Control is fucking God, it's so prevalent. Mine, you're mine. It's Valentine's Day. Be mine. I don't know. I just know that I'm definitely side eyeing myself on this one. Where it's like, the fuck? And you gotta be wary. You gotta think about who you wanna be. Cause in the example I had where there are things like me showing little traits of jealousy or questioning, like, well, where is that? Who gave you that rose? A red rose. Thinking in my head, it's a red rose. It's like like very quick. Not like you're going down some rabbit hole, but real quick. It's a red rose. It's kind of like romantic, ain't it? Who gave you this rose? Where did this come from? You got to think about who you want to be, because those are the type of things where it's like you kind of slip, man. You're constantly you should be chiseling at yourself. I feel like constantly trying to improve, constantly trying to be a better version of yourself. I believe I became happier once I realized that that's life's true meaning. Like what you're supposed to do. Like what is your purpose? You can go in so many different directions as far as like what your passions are, what you decide to do as a career, what you decide to do as far as your social or romantic life. Do you get married? Do you have kids? Do you decide to be somebody that doesn't tie themselves down and they travel with friends? Or, you know what I mean? Do you meet friends in a whole bunch of different countries? And even though it's more like acquaintances, but you go vast, not necessarily deep. Or do you stay rooted in the city that you grew up in and you have deep friendships that every single fucking I don't know year you go on vacation together. What type of person do you want to be? If you aren't careful, instances like me questioning the the rose where it's like you slipped a little bit. I don't like that characteristic. I don't care how it makes you feel. I don't care if you find that appealing. I don't want to be that way because I don't like it. You might end up falling into a pattern, a state of being or doing things in a certain way to appease the people around you, like your partner, like your friends, like your family, like whoever. And then instead of asking yourself, what do I want to be like in this moment? What do I want to do in this moment? You just say, okay, are you cool with it? Like that was my first instinct after I thought about the whole nickname thing. My first instinct was, wow, perfect. I can't, you know what I mean? I don't talk to the girl from fucking high school or whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm with somebody that I actually gave a nickname that wasn't their name and was unique to only us. And the exact thing I'm thinking about, I happen to still be with that person. Bingo. I get to go ask. If I use that as my compass, she's like, what? I don't think that's weird. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's something that's like duly noted. But if you don't question what you want, what you like, the line that you draw in the sand. That just ends up being what you go with. Oh, well, then I guess this is fine. I'll just keep doing it. And then what if it gets worse? Where it's just like, okay, well, now I'm going to show more jealous tendencies. It's like, who you texting? Who you talking to? You've been gone pretty late. You fucking somebody? You fucking around on me? Harlot. What if it escalates? And even if it doesn't, even if you just sprinkle it in because you know they like it, now you're just being some performative version of yourself. That's not real. It's not genuine. And I think it's cool, cute, or whatever. When you got a couple that's like, oh, this is our song. Like, and then that ends up being like your wedding song or some shit like that. Or we have an inside joke with, like, this is our show, or we have an inside joke with this movie, so it's kind of like our thing. Like, that's cool because it's something that you could say we have chosen. Like, it's not even like a choice really, especially like with an inside joke. It just kind of happens. But it's a collective thing. It's something where it's a joint thing. And I don't know. I guess then you can argue. It's just like, okay, what if your partner was just like, well, I want you to call me something else, something that nobody else, they insist upon this. And you guys just come up kind of like it's like a baby name or some shit. Now you're just sitting here questioning, oh, what should I call you? What should be my name? My pet name. Your pet. Fuck. Isn't it different then? Isn't it different? Come on, XO. I ain't do this shit by myself, bruh. She was asking for it. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? And it's like, what I say is, it's really, hindsight is always 2020. It's really easy to look back and be like, that wasn't really authentic to what I would like to do. I just kind of like, okay, yeah, let's do it. I hope you think of something. What about this? Oh, it works? Cool. And you just go along with it for them because you like them, especially when it's new. That's what I said in the infatuation stage, when it's like the new love. This will be forever, forever, forever. Never breaking up. Never. That stage. It's like, okay, yeah, what you want to be called? Then later it's like, oh, why are you calling me by my regular name? Is something wrong? No. I was just calling you by your name. Okay. I just don't know why you're doing that all of a sudden, but alright. And that was the thing. Some people want to be controlled. And I'm not here to judge whether that's good or bad. Who do you want to be? And I feel like there are times where everybody, it's like there's nuance to it, spectrum. But sometimes, yeah, it's nice to be controlled a little bit to an extent on both sides. It's kind of like, but it's like to an extent, right? It's like in sex, she wants to bring out the handcuffs, get fucking locked down to the bed. Yeah, of course. Gotta look. You let the other person have a little bit of control, but it's still one of those handcuffs that you could just kind of slip out of. You know what I'm saying? To an extent, it's for the moment. Like, I love when my lady would call me out on my shit. I encourage that shit. It's just something about it where it's true, where you go to say something, it's just like you're right. Like I feel like that's probably low key one of the best parts about being in a relationship, and not to the point. It's like a balance to it where you don't want to have somebody that's nagging you, telling you what you should what you should do, what you should be like, and try to change you. That's all. Ugh. But somebody to remind you, to ground you. I don't know. There's something about that is special. So I'm not saying all control is bad, because that's a little bit of it. But is that control? I don't know. You gave somebody the control to see certain parts of you to the point where they're able to call out when you're not acting like yourself. So you're kind of giving away that control, in a sense. I don't know, man. I just think there is something dark there. There is something cringy there. And honestly, just like talking about like going this long, like after my girl said, "No, what are you talking about? Like it's completely like I actually like it." So that's kind of where the conversation ended. So like just saying, like just thinking through this shit. I'm still convinced that there's something dark there, and it's not necessarily like, again, like you have people that are intentionally trying to be malicious. And here's this, but it's one of those. Yeah, I wasn't being malicious. Or let's say the thing I said was super cringy. Like when somebody's like, "Oh, like you have a girl, you guys go out. She goes out on the dance floor while you're getting drinks, and you see some guy comes up and he's trying to dance with her. So you get jealous and you come up and you're like, "Hey, man, I don't know." That's one of those things where it's like as cringy as I think that is. There are probably people out there, admittedly, that they're not doing it from a malicious place. Like, I control you. You are mine. It's like probably like fear, insecurity. Like, hey, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about animals out there doing fucking mating calls. Like, my fucking mating call sounds better. She's gonna fuck me tonight. Look at me puffing out my feathers and shit. Like, animals do these. Like, who are we to think that we're above that shit? Of course we do that shit. So I know there's probably gonna be so many people that's like, yeah, I mean, I've done that several times. So it's not my favorite thing to do. It's not like I'm always like, hey, bro, nobody talk to her. Hey, you better not dress like that. You look like a whore or some shit. Like there's obviously levels of fucking cringe that we've seen depicted in movies and shows or even seen in real life where it's just like, God damn, that's a controlling piece of shit. You got to get out of that. But there's these little things where it's like, oh, Adam is so cute how he came up. He didn't like that guy was trying to dance with me. I know I picked the right one. You have a winner, Susan. I wish my guy cared. He said, do me. I don't know. It doesn't have to have some sort of malicious intention again. What's intention? It could still be fucking weird. It could still be kind of creepy. You know? Like, let me give you this name that you've never, ever had told to you before, ever. This is our thing. And if somebody else calls you that, you better correct them. Hey, don't call me that. That's what so-and-so calls me. What you think this is? This is our thing. It's our thing. It's a little creepy, man. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just like overthinking this shit. Maybe I could be more controlling. Maybe it's like this is just men getting weak, right? It's like fuck, is it? You know what I'm saying? It's not like some girl power. You can no. This isn't rise of the fucking incels and cucks. I guess it's more cucks than incels. It's like no, it's not the rise of that. That's not what I'm saying. But damn, you gotta have enough self-esteem to be like, bro, that shit happens. The cookie gonna crumble. I ain't gonna sit here and try to hold all the pieces together. I'm just gonna enjoy the motherfucking dessert while I got it. That metaphor got a little weird. I don't know.